Hello, metalheads. Yesterday I had an awesome night at the Ultima Ratio Festival that was headlined by Paradise Lost here in Prague, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So, Ultima Ratio Festival is a traveling metal festival that is this year consists of a lineup of Paradise Lost, Primordial, Omnium Gatherum, and Harakiri for the Sky. So, I will talk first about Paradise Lost, how they performed, how the setlist was, how was the show, and Nick Holmes' peculiar stage persona, which I found a little bit funny. Maybe you disagree. And then briefly about the other bands, and then at the end I'm going to rank these four bands, how they performed on the night, based on what I feel. In the first comment to this video, I will have links to songs that we recorded there. 2 Paradise Lost, 2 Primordial, 1 Harakiri, 1 Omnium Gatherum. So you can see some of those videos in the first comment to this video. Straight to Paradise Lost, guys, from the UK, been around for 35 years or something like that, and this was actually my third time seeing them in the past 12 months. That's kind of amazing though. And to be very honest, before going to last night's show, I was a little bit skeptic because I had seen bands perform there previously, Hypocrisy last year, and the audio quality wasn't so great. But as soon as they kind of came on stage and started, I could see, okay, I have no reason to worry here because they were great. The set list was 12 classics, you know, featuring Enchantment, Forsaken, Hallowed Land, all the stuff that you know by the band. I mean, I guess that's why these are classics, because they are on the set list, or I guess that's why they're on the set list, because they're classics. Anyway, what struck me was the flawless delivery. It's just perfect somehow. There is no, you know, the guitar player Greg McIntosh, he doesn't hit any fail note in any solo or anything. His melodies are super catchy and all that stuff. And the show was kind of like very fitting, you know, like creates that mood that their music creates. And yeah, the drums were on a riser, but you know, like there's no fireworks, there's nothing fancy-pantsy, it's just kind of straightforward but mood. It's almost like these guys have been doing it forever. Maybe they have. And Nick Holmes, the vocalist, what I find interesting about him is that you almost get this feeling, because of his dry, sarcastic humor, that he just doesn't really want to be there. So I'm curious, if anyone knows Nick Holmes, can you actually ask him, do you enjoy this? I like this. I like this vibe that he gives off, but I think it could easily be kind of misunderstood. But hey, it actually works. So yeah, I think this was better than when I saw them in the summer. I saw them outdoors in the summer, and I saw them indoors last year, and now indoors again. And this is definitely for me like an indoor band. Most bands are, but there are bands out there that are actually better outdoors. Slipknot is one of the bands that I enjoy more seeing outdoor than indoor. Tell me yours if you have any. So great performance by Paradise Lost. And now on to the other bands. So yeah, well, a little bit. This is not like a headlining festival, to be honest. It's maybe not even fair to say that, because kind of each band gets like an hour or something of playing time. But they use that hour very differently, and that kind of makes it appropriate to start by talking about the opening act, or the first band on the bill. That was Harakiri for the Sky. And they're an Austrian post-black metal band, and I had listened to them a little bit on Spotify, and I was really looking forward to see them. And to be very honest, I was a little bit let down. They didn't really get the crowd somehow. They didn't set the thing on fire. There was some sound quality issues, I felt, and the song kind of just dragged out somehow. I mean, like, so in their hour, I think they played 5 songs or something, because each song is like 10 minutes or whatever, you know. Of course, this is my personal opinion. I mean, like, these guys have all the rights to make songs that are long, but it dragged out. It wasn't great. The stage lighting didn't really allow you to see the band, which again, I know it's their thing and this is what they want, but it's not my thing or what I want. So I just didn't want the same as the band, I guess. So it was a bit of a rocky start of the night, and I was a little bit worried about that this would be the continuation. Keep in mind that, you know, Paradise Lost played latest or at the end, so I didn't know how things would roll out. And a little bit about the venue, the MeetFactory in Prague. It's 750 people. It was sold out. It's a cool building, kind of by some old rail tracks. And the atmosphere was good. And the merchandising was kind of cool. You know, it could have been more with, you know, 4 bands on the bill. They could easily have had more. After Harakiri from the Sky came on Omnium Gatherum. They are from Finland, and they made a really good impression. I had seen them in the summer. It was super warm, super sunny, and I kind of didn't enjoy it, but I felt that there was something there, so I needed a second chance. And what I like about them is kind of like it's a unique blend of some sort of a black death metal melodic, but mixed with power metal and kind of old school, new wave of British heavy metal stuff. So something that only Scandinavian bands can get away with somehow. And I really like this guy, Jukka Pelkonen, that's the singer in Omnium Gatherum. He was really great with the crowd, he really got them going. And yeah, it was, I mean, very kind of different from Harakiri from the Sky, but I felt that they really got the crowd with them somehow. And shout out to the band, because immediately after they finished, they came to the merch area, they were taking photos, chatting with people, etc., etc. So they were super, super friendly and nice. So it's not just on stage that they tell you that they love you, but they actually love you in person down by the merch. So it's definitely a band that can get a good response from the crowd, and a band that I will dive into more because I really like their stuff. Next up was Primordial, and that's an Irish metal band. They just dropped a new album on Friday, actually, called How It Ends. And we have 2 songs off that album, actually, that we recorded yesterday live. So you can find them in the first comment to this video. The crowd loved them, and their frontman, Alan Averill, he is great. He's really engaging, he's really moving. He's almost kind of scary, his vocals are really cool. But there was something wrong. There was something off. There was some massive feedback from the bass, and it really both disturbed the band. You can actually see that in one of our videos that they are kind of cursing it on the stage when the song starts. And it was a shame, because these are really good songs and I really wanted to see this band, but because of these kind of audio issues, you kind of felt that it fell flat somehow. The crowd liked it, I mean the people that knew the band, and maybe this is a hint to me that I need to be a little bit more drunk. I'm never drunk. I don't drink anything there. I should maybe start doing that so that I don't notice those details, because I get I get alerted somehow. That's what I wanted to say. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, my ranking of those 4 bands. So in 4th place, unfortunately, it's Harakiri for the Sky. There was just, as I said, it didn't live up to my expectations, dragged out, bad audio quality. 3rd spot, Primordial. I don't think that would necessarily have been the case if their stuff would have been okay, their audio quality, the feedback from the bass and all that stuff. I mean, despite all that, they actually did a good job. And I'm saying, you know, okay, the band in 2nd place, Omnium Gatherum, just did such a great job that it kind of pushes Primordial down. So 2nd place, Omnium Gatherum, kind of a unique energy and a style that kind of stood out. Actually, they were kind of the standout band somehow last night. And finally, the top spot, that's Paradise Lost. It's very kind of interesting with this band. I often wonder, why aren't they bigger? You know, they have a very accessible music, it's very dark, and I could easily see kind of a very broad audience kind of relate to this somehow. So I'm wondering, why aren't they bigger than this? I mean, they're obviously big, but I think, you know, for me, this guy should be paying for 5,000 people or something like that, because they have amazing song, amazing atmosphere, and it's just a cool band with a cool sound. So yeah, I don't know why that is. So Harakiri for the Sky, Primordial, Omnium Gatherum, and Paradise Lost on top. There you have it. What I also like about this festival is that it's a lot of value for your money. You know, you pay 40 euros, $50 for 4 bands, 5 hours of fun, and it's great. So that's it. That's my review of the Ultima Ratio Festival 2023 in Prague. And don't forget to leave your comments. If you were there, I'm curious to hear what you think. If you agree with me or disagree with me, please subscribe to the channel, our social media and all that stuff. It really helps with subscribing to the channel though. And remember our weekly playlist, I'm going to put that in the comment below as well. That's all the new metal songs that are dropped each week, comes out every Friday, that we curate for you on Spotify. And you might want to check out my Brutal Assault episode over here. See you around at Metal and Rock Zone for more concert reviews, album reviews, and related content. Until then, rock on.